Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to merge two rasters in QGIS and then clip them. So if you're in my class, you should have downloaded the Lab 8 folder and unzipped it and opened up QGIS, and we'll start by adding a new raster. We're actually going to add two rasters. They're the files ending in the .img extension. That's the ERDOS raster format. And these are both 3.3 meter resolution digital elevation models downloaded from the National Elevation Data Set. And they came in two tiles, so we're going to merge them together. And they're centered on Mount Shasta. And the main reason to merge them, of course, is that then we can do calculations and visualizations on a single file with a single shared color scheme, etc. So for this first step, we're going to use the Gdaw merge tool, and we'll open that up. We can just quickly grab and select our two digital elevation files. This is very important. We're going to leave the output data at float 32. That's 32-bit floating point. That is the native format of the file. If you need to check what your format is, just go over right-click, Properties, and you can find right here under Data Type, float 32. So we're going to just leave it there for now because we want to keep the decimal places in our data. We don't want to force it to integer. Also notice that we don't have any node data. So in this raster, our pixels, our node data pixels are actually defined as node data. So when we click them with this tool, they should show up as node data. So we don't need to specify a value associated with node data. But if your raster does have a value associated with node data, like 0, you would want to set that right here. Okay, and then we are going to save this as a permanent file, and we're going to save it as a .tiff file. And we'll call it Shasta Mosaic QGIS .tiff. We'll run it and hope for the best. Okay, so that worked, and now you can see we have a single file. So I'm going to remove the subsidiary files, and actually it doesn't hurt to actually delete them from your folder once you're happy with your merge. And the next thing we're going to do is just a quick clip. We don't need a lot of the edges of this data, and I'm going to just do this. You can clip based on a shapefile extent. That's quite easy. In this case, we're just going to do clip raster by extent. But before I open this up, I'm just going to extract the left, right, top, and bottom coordinates that I want to clip to. So over here on the left, I'm going to clip to, let's say, -1. And notice I'm watching the coordinates down here. That's where I'm getting them. So I'm going to clip here to -122.38. And I'm going to write these down so I can put them into my tool. Okay, now, so that's going to be my X min. Next, I'm going to get my X max, my Y min, and my Y max, and then I'll come back with you. Okay, so I've got my numbers written down. I'm going to go to clip raster by extent here. And of course, we are going to be clipping our Shasta Mosaic. And notice this asks for the X min, X max, Y min, Y max. I'll put those in right now. Okay, so I've got those in. Notice I put my easting negative longitude ahead of my westing. I think that's the right order. I'm not going to specify a node data for now, but you can, and we are going to save to a permanent file. So I'm going to call it Shasta Mosaic clip QGIS.tiff. So again, using that .tiff extension, we'll run the clip. Great, so the clip finished. Now here you can see I've just got a subset, and of course the advantage of clipping is that the data files are smaller, everything goes faster, it's just cleaner. I'm going to remove this, of course, from my project. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for hillshade and contour.